This video demonstrates preparation of tetraamine copper 2 sulfate monohydrate. The chemicals required for this experiment are copper sulfate pentahydrate 1 gram, concentrated ammonia 5 milliliters, ethanol 5 milliliters and distilled water 5 milliliters. The apparatus required for this experiment will be weighing bottle, conical flask, china dish, test tubes, measuring cylinder, spatula, pair of tongs, watch glass or petri dish, and filter papers, and funnel for the filtration process. Transfer the copper sulfate into a conical flask carefully with the help of spatula. Add to it 5 ml of distilled water and shake the contents to get a clear solution. If required, you can warm the contents to get the clear solution. Please do not heat this aqueous solution strongly because later on volatile reactants have to be added. Once you get a clear light blue solution, add to it 5 ml of concentrated ammonia solution. You will observe an initial pale blue precipitation, which is because of the precipitation of basic copper sulfate. That is a mixture of copper hydroxide and copper sulfate, which will soon dissolve to give you a clear deep blue solution of tetraamine copper 2 complex. To this clear solution, add 5 ml of ethanol solution. Addition of ethanol helps in reducing the polarity of the medium to help in precipitation of this otherwise water-soluble ionic complex. Addition of ethanol results in an immediate precipitation of the complex, which is not of very good quality. As you can see, a powdery product or a very small microcrystalline product has appeared. To improve the quality of product, we will recrystallize it in the mother liquor only. For this, warm the contents on a water bath maintained at a temperature between 70 to 80 degrees Celsius. Do not heat it on the boiling water bath for a longer period of time, as it will result in evaporation of ammonia and ethanol, thus spoiling the preparation. Evaporation of ammonia will result in decomposition of the complex because complex is thermally unstable also, and evaporation of ethanol will result in redissolution of the precipitated complex, decreasing the yield. Okay. Try to heat the contents by simply swirling the flask on the water bath. Do not let the conical flask rest on the water bath with its base touched to the bottom of the water bath. This will result in the bottom of the conical flask being heated to a high temperature as compared to what is required for this preparation. Keep the flask in the swirling motion for most of the time to avoid too much of heating at one particular point. Once you obtain clear deep blue solution, transfer the contents to another container in which crystallization will be carried out. That could be either a china dish or a small beaker. Do not let the crystallization set up in the conical flask only, because it will be difficult for the crystals to take out from a conical flask with a narrow mouth. Never transfer this clear deep blue hot solution to a cold china dish. This will result in an immediate precipitation, again producing a powdery product or a very small crystal size. To have good quality crystals, preheat the china dish on the water bath for about half a minute and then transfer the clear deep blue hot solution into this china dish and leave the mother liquor covered and untouched at room temperature for about 40 to 45 minutes. Slow cooling of the mother liquor will result in the growth of long blue needle-like crystals of high purity. To take the crystals out of the china dish, loosen them gently with the help of a spatula. Do not scratch them too much, this will break the crystals. Shake the contents gently again and then transfer it onto the funnel carrying the filter paper immediately. Try to use the same filtrate for taking out the crystals still sticking to the china dish. Once the solvent stops dripping out of the funnel, gently take the filter paper carrying the crystals out of the funnel and place it on a stack of 3 to 4 filter papers. Open it slightly. Do not touch the crystals until they are dry. Do not change the filter paper carrying the crystals. This will result in loss of quantities because wet crystals will still be sticking to the filter paper. Only change the filter papers which are underneath this main filter paper carrying the crystals. Leave the crystals open for about half an hour to dry. Once the crystals are dry, immediately seal them into a plastic bag or in a glass vial with a tight lid because the complex tends to decompose on keeping.